What if I told you that God has marking scheme? Jesus told the story of a man who was traveling and he gave talents to his, servants. And upon return, the first one who was given 5 talents brought 5 additional talents. And the master said, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have done well." The second one, who was given 2 talents, also brought, a return on investment. But the last person came with what was given to him. Instead of making profit from it, the master called him a wicked and unprofitable servant. That tells me that God would have called him a faithful servant if he had traded and got 1 additional talent to the one he was giving. So God wouldn't have rated him based on the result of the man with 5 talents. So it applies to us too. You see, if you go to school, I'm an educator by His grace. We set a different exam for a child that is in nursery 1, a different standard of exam for the one in primary 5. But when we are marking all of them, it is over 100. Okay, if we tell this one 1 plus 1, which is in nursery 1, we say 1 plus 1 equals to 2, and he gives the answer correctly, we'll mark him. If it is over 10, we give him 10 over 10. But we will not give the same exam for the one in primary 5. So God has given us capacities, potential at different levels. That is why the issue of competition is an unwise thing to do. I listened to Reverend Bankole, a senior, friend, talking this afternoon, and it got me thinking. You see, God will not mark me based on what he put in Baba Adeboye, right? Even in ministry. So everybody will be marked based on what they were given. I remember what happened many years ago. I looked at a certain man of God, and I was like, this man is a failure. And one day the Holy Ghost rebuked me. He said, "You don't know that that man you are calling a failure, it is because you are rating him based on your carnal eyes. But he is faithful in the assignment I have given him." I was shocked. He said he is one of the most faithful servants in this city. And I had to confess it to, a friend. I told him, this is what God told me about this person. So you see, we don't need to be competing and compelling ourselves with one another. The Bible says when we begin to compel ourselves with one another, we are not wise. And that's true, right? So enough of all this comparison. Somebody is praying 30 hours. You don't even have the grace for that, and you just want to frustrate yourself. And because of your inability to do that, you feel you are not a child of God. No, we are graced differently. Okay? We can imitate those who through faith have and patience have obtained the promises. But we should trust God to know what are we graced to do. What are you empowered by God to do? He will not expect, you to produce at the level to which he has not given you the grace to do. So we don't need to compare ourselves with one another. The next time you call somebody a failure, make sure you are aware God told you the potential he put in that person versus the outcome that is coming out of that person before you call him a failure. Else, you are not permitted to call anybody a failure until you are able to make that finding. And of course, let it be God that tells you that this is the potential I put in this person and this is the outcome he's putting forth. If that is not the case, then you don't have the right to call anybody a failure yet, right? This is not to endorse mediocrity. We relax and, stretch yourself as much as possible to bring out the potential God has put in you to bless your generation. But don't compare yourself with another person. We are at different levels. Why we strive for mastery, why we strive for excellence, why we strive to maximize the potential God put in us, we are not supposed to be comparing ourselves with one another. I hope this helps somebody. If it helps you, say something to me in the comment section. The Lord bless you. Do have a lovely day. I'm your brother Oscar.